My story, now being created as a 52-page graphic novel. I hope to sell the final product for $12.88 Canadian. Kundikhanyela, It Denies Me, 2080 to 2681 is a story inspired from many things the creator has experienced throughout the past decade, including love light research transcripts, the phenomenon known as the Mandela effect, a Dachra trip, and the language of Xhosa. It starts off during December in the year 2080. The protagonist is the fearless 19-year-old B. Kunal. He approaches any pain unflinchingly and plans to go through suicide, to go through the nightmare processes, the healing process, and the reincarnation processes, to commit many suicides over the next 601 years, each time being born again wiser and even more skillful. His father was an elite man of the top of the Illuminati and spent his life and afterlife benefiting from fear rather than serving for love. B. Cornell inherits technology from group souls of negatively oriented consciousness that have always been in control of the now self-exiting to space via flying objects Illuminati. Concern is a technological effect that has controlled most of the weather on Earth for a century and has affected humans with confusion for decades. Its endgame goal is to turn all of creation into nothingness, but can't just yet because of unity. During the healing and reincarnation processes, you can choose your next family, and Bukunel chooses a 13-year-old girl named Violet, who was enslaved by her own free will to become his biological mother, and himself through an insemination trick as his own biological father. He is born again in underground passageways and is raised by Xhosa-speaking entities that humans would sometimes refer to as Bigfoot. He is raised to use his perfect memory recall to implement a technique involving unique Ouija boards and floor model television sets to set to white noise called dream stenography to make updates in the finalization of concern. Violet's great-grandmother Abby cordially passes the time by playing B. Kunal in a series of board games until her timely death of natural causes inside her sleeping cell. Once he feels no pulse, Bikunal murders her domesticated woolly mammoth elephant hybrid companion of the past 45 years and shares a piece of its trunk as its last meal to share with Violet. When Abby dies, she is transported to the bottom of a staircase of light that has her entire life starting from her birth all the way up to her death flashing on the walls. As she begins her climb, she is of her elderly age but decreases in age and becomes more youthful the more she climbs until she is an infant and can climb no further. Umdali Dolly, the murdered woolly mammoth elephant hybrid, out of concern for positively oriented consciousness, becomes a powerful lingering ghost determined to stop concern and convince B. Kunal that he does not want nothingness. Why does B. Kunal want to replace our life and earth and air and water and fire with nothingness? He does not wish to be part of a group soul. He does not wish to serve for love. He does not wish to benefit from fear. B. Kunal wants to be alone, and to do that he and everything else must not exist. Thoughts?